I think every great idea oftentimes stems from a personal experience. The idea and the seed of the idea started in 2012 when my dad had developed Alzheimer's. And as a medical doctor, we're a family of medical doctors, and he's a medical doctor himself. He ended up having a rapidly progressive form called Lewy body dementia. And within a couple of years, my mother and him had to move into our home. And so, me and my family became the primary caretakers of him. And so, despite getting all of the best medical treatment with the best care and the best doctors, the things that actually made a difference in his health outcomes and his quality of life were the ways that he navigated and moved around, and lived inside of our home. And I think that was a real eye opener. So we started to look at things like, how does lighting impact sundowning, and agitation that occurs with sundowning in the evening? How do we make him feel more connected, in our conversations, even though he couldn't communicate specifically with us? How do we avoid trip hazards? How do we avoid elements of fleeting, utilizing cameras or digital health tools if he's at a fall risk or a flight risk? When did we move him to the main floor? When did we put grab bars in? So there's all sorts of questions that arose. In fact, we actually now have a 100-point checklist just for dementia specific patients who are living inside of their homes. And so if you look at just the sheer numbers, about 2/3 of the population is actually living with one or more chronic condition. And of that, about 45% are living with two or more. And then you fast forward to the impact of what COVID has done and the pandemic and the shutdown. We spend over 76% of our time inside of our own home. And those two combined, no one has ever looked at the home as a vessel or a vehicle for health promotion or disease prevention.